The edge and background controls, you've got the edge and background opacity. That's pretty much the entire face of the clock minus the hands and the tick marks, and this edge, the bevel. So if I turn the opacity down on that, it's essentially gone. The edge and bevel size is the edge and bevel size is basically the entire size of the background of the face and the edge. So if you wanted to scale that up where the Roman numerals will fit in it, I'll go over here and go ahead and bring the Roman numerals in a little bit. So there you go. Now we got the hour marks inside, a decorative green ring, blue hands, and orange Roman numerals. I mean, I think that clock's done. Let's see. The next thing here would be the background color. Pretty obvious. You could change this to, let's make this a more even gaudier. No, let's, how about we go to just a light gray or how about a yellow? Yikes. Light blue? Okay, I'll settle with that. Your background opacity here. If you play with the background opacity slider, you'll see this is completely, we've got a black background here, but it's making that inner face completely transparent. So if you had some video back there and you wanted to see right through this clock onto the video and see the video back there, then that's how you do it. You also have a background drop zone. This is how in the demo we got the textures in for the background. And all the textures, even though they don't come with the clock, they are available in Final Cut's generators. Let me see if I can find them. I think some are in backgrounds. Yeah, I did use clouds. Rays would be a good one. And maybe it was in solids, no? Textures. So you want to go down to textures. Here is stone. This is great for a Roman clock. I'm just going to drop it in here at the end so that we can click on it. So going back to our generator, scroll back down to the background drop zone. We're going to click on the drop zone. Then we're going to go, this is just a still, so it doesn't really matter where we click, but we're going to click then we're going to click Apply Clip. And because I haven't brought the drop zone opacity up, you can't see it. You can see it's in here in the little drop zone well. So I'll bring the opacity up. That's a good way to demonstrate that you can mix, almost a little bit of a tinting effect, but you can mix the drop zone with the background. If I were to bring the background all the way down, you can mix the drop zone with whatever video or image you have behind the clock. And if you want, I will go ahead and put a little, why don't we put a clip back there just so we got something to see. Got a little coffee house clip here, a little bit of B-roll. So going back to our generator, scrolling back down, changing the drop zone opacity, you can see right through the clock, right onto the background. If I bring the background opacity of the clock back up, the drop zone is by default in front of that, so I can turn off the drop zone. Now you see the blue background. And if I change that opacity, same thing. You can see the video clip right through there. So let's leave our drop zone up. In fact, if we wanted to, maybe we can salvage this clock after all. Let's change our colors back to black. Let's change our tick colors back to black. Maybe this should be more of a gray. Black. I don't think our little ring is going to work too well as green. I'm not sure many colors are going to work, but we could make them just a gray. And maybe our hands, maybe they could get by being like a dark red. Sure. And we'll change that little circle, little center circle color. We'll drag it up to the hour and minute hands. And now, let's do something with the highlight color. We could completely turn it off. Oh, wait a minute. I made them blue again. There. I did it the wrong way. Hands to circle center. There we go. Hey, this is a work in progress. There's no script here. Oh, so back up to the highlight position. Let's give it some purpose. Let's have it like right. Let's have it say, yeah, right there. It's in between the hour marks and before the edge of the clock. So now we've got a little Roman clock with a modern highlight and some red hands. And do these tutorials, I feel like I should say, yeah, I'm going to paint a little tree right here. We're going to put a little tree over here. It's a happy tree. Anybody that gets that reference is as old as me or older. It's a happy tree. Alright, so back to our edge and background. This is kind of the fun section, I think. We can totally turn off the edge. That gives us a flat look. Simpler. You could turn off the, in fact, you could turn off the, oh, we have a drop zone. You could turn everything off. Now you've just got numbers over the video, which might be something you want up in the corner of a scene or something like that. We'll put our drop zone back up. Alright, within here, you can change the scale of that drop zone. It's pretty self-explanatory stuff. And just something you can do in Final Cut if you double click on that drop zone. You can drag it around. I think you can scale it there. Let's not crash. I forget just how to get out of that, so we'll just click back down here in the timeline onto our generator again. You saw me control the position there with, on screen, but of course you can control the position a little more precisely down here with the drop zone position controls. You can scale it as I just showed you in the window there, or of course using the controls here, enter a number, drag the slider, whatever works for you. You can turn just the edge off here. You can change the light direction. It's not actually a light, but this is a gradient effect across this edge. And if, oops, change the light direction, you can just adjust this control here, or spin the little knob. Alright, what I just grabbed on a second ago, the edge width. The edge width control is actually not including this bevel on the outer or this bevel on the inner. The edge width control is actually just the flat part in the middle. And so as you expand that, this kind of just stays on the outer edge and gets bigger. It doesn't actually get wider, but it moves with the width. And by the same means, the outer bevel, this outer edge here, you can turn that completely off. So now you've got just kind of a flat edge with a little inner bevel. You can turn let's turn the outer bevel back on. You can control its size independently. You can start to see where you can make a lot of different design choices here. The inner bevel, you can turn it off, turn it back on, or increase its size. So if you make the outer bevel pretty big, the inner bevel pretty big, it actually obliterates the flat part of the edge. You can get yourself kind of a bowl look. Or if you do the reverse and make the edge, the middle part, small, and make the outer bevel large, you get kind of a mound look, kind of a clock that tapers back to the wall and kind of fits, kind of like this edge would be right on the wall and this middle section is protruding. So a lot of different design choices you can make there. The whole thing is the color of the whole thing is controlled by this one swatch right here. And Romans like purple, don't they? There you go. Yellow and purple. Perfect.